I'm Nate from Savvy's Garage back here. We're gonna run down a quick video on tuning carbs. So what we are doing is, I believe we're running really rich, and when you slam it, it kind of falls on its face. Play a little clip real quick. As I predicted, we're running pretty rich, and I've seen richer, but yeah, it's fairly rich. You want a little bit more peachy pink than this, but you definitely don't want all that buildup. So it's probably running good down low and then running really hard up high. So we mess with our jetting, but for now we're gonna go ahead and mess with our needle on the carburetor and try and tune it that way, and go ahead and drop a new plug in. Go ahead, drop our brand new NGK spark plug, one of the most common ones to run in these. Drop that in, and for this application we have 2 bolts right on top to get to the needle. On other round slides, it's as it sounds, round slide. You just spin it off and pull it out. Those are way easier to work with than this one. After using our Allen key, pulled this right out, and pretty much everything basic. Don't lose those, and it's pretty simple to finagle out of here. I'm going to try and get it on camera because I don't feel like taking the throttle off. I'm gonna slide this back, pull the spring back, and then that'll uncover that white piece. Get that out of there. Just like shake it down, slide this back, pinch the cable, push it up, and slide it straight out. And then there's your needle for the adjustment. And don't let this spring out. You don't want to lose any of this. Make sure it's all clean. I have a video on how to clean the carb. You definitely don't want these pieces to be this dirty also. It's really bad. Bring this part, well, mainly your needle, and either round side or flat. This is the part you want. And when you go up, you're leaning it, meaning more air, less fuel. Going down is more fuel, less air. And we are still running really rich on this, so we are going to put this at the max and then retune the carburetor and see how hard she falls on her face. And I know we need to go down a jet size, but we'll see what we can do for now until we get the jets. So now, any needle noses, pliers, vice grips, anything of that nature, grab the closed side. So you can see it's open right here. You want to grab on the back end of that and just pull it straight back. And you don't want to bend it at all. You want this to be really, really flat. There you go. And then again, you move up the notches for lean, down for rich, and we want to lean this out. So we're going to go all the way to the top one. We were at the second to top. Now we're going all the way to the top and see what we can get from it. And pretty much the whole thing goes in backwards as it came out. What you do, compress the spring, pull your cable, press the spring all the way back, slide the white piece over, set that in the spring, and do that all the way back. And you want the spring to be flat when it's compressed. You don't want it bent over to the side, because then it's going to be harder to install. Take it like that, make sure your needle's in place, and you're going to go ahead, send it all the way down. It's kind of hard to do upside down. And then you want to kind of stick it in that little notch right there, and the white piece slides down behind it to lock it in there. And it needs to be lined up. There it goes. Kind of stick a screwdriver in there, whatever you have to get it into place, and then you go ahead and install it. And since we completely redid it, you want to go ahead and adjust your air fuel mixture. You always want that at 2.5 to 3 turns out. Choosing the end of a zip tie here because that's all I have. Just go ahead, twist that all the way into tight, then 2.5 to 3 turns out. When it's closer to the intake part, that's air mixture. When it's back here, it's fuel mixture, and this is your idle. So Also, choke right here. Up is choke, down is run. And let's go ahead, adjust that, get her started up. We're all the way tight. Now this is a half turn. Now one full turn. Another half, another full. And then we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit past half. And then now that we're more air, you're gonna wanna let it slide down a little bit and you can try her out. So she is running, but I had to turn the air fuel mixture in a little bit, so closer to 2 turns, maybe even a little less, but now she's running and here she is. Pull the spark plug real quick, see how she looks. She ain't as crispy and burnt as she was before. That was off those couple poles. It is looking a little better. It won't focus. It's not as crispy and burnt as before. So here we have really rich. This was ran rich for a long time. Here we have one that's oily. It usually have like debris on it. It'll be glossy. You'll see the liquid. It'll come out of the threads. And then here's a little bit more towards what you want. You want a little bit less darkening, but this is way closer to what you want. And you don't want to be pure white. Like, you don't want to look brand new, but you definitely don't want to look like this. But if you're having issues, definitely lean towards running the rich side. Yes, you are going to follow plugs, so you're going to have a lot of carbon buildup, but you can really damage your motor by running super lean. So you're better off running more gas than less. So sorry I didn't get to do a demonstration of the round slide. It is pretty similar and it's way easier to do. You can use some common sense. You just pinch it out, the cable sticks out, you pull it over the side, take the needle out, do the same thing, and then you compress the spring, put it in, slide the spring up. It's much easier than the flat slide. So thank you guys for tuning in to today's video. We will probably have another video on doing the round slides. We'll have it done on another bike. But stay tuned on the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. And we might actually get some footage one of these days on this.
You fucking with a star, bitch. One man army, bitch, I move by myself. Niggas need a handout. I'm putting food on the shelf. I can bust a bang down.